Hey guys, I'm Grumpy No Friends and welcome to my Geek Stuff channel. The video I'm going to be doing today is how to custom install your Microsoft Office. Recently Microsoft has stopped allowing you to go into your add and remove programs or programs and features and then clicking on the uninstall for Office and then clicking on the word change so that you can change the Microsoft products. You now get absolutely everything, or you buy the specific items. This tutorial or this guide is going to show you how to go to a website, the Microsoft website, and actually custom make an XML file that tells the setup to only download and install those specific programs you want to have installed on your computer, and I'll show you how to do that now. We need to first go to the Microsoft Office development tool, download that tool so that we can use just the setup to read the XML file. I'll put a link in the description below. Once you get to the web page, you can select your language and click on download. It takes a few seconds to download, and then all we do is we get the tool. I'm going to create a folder in my C drive where I'm going to put all the files that we need to make the install work. I've created a simple folder called Office 2019 on my C drive. Make it nice and short and simple for when we use the run command to execute the setup. All we do now is run as administrator, the deployment tool, accept the terms of agreement. We want to install it in our Office 2019 folder. Extract to this location, and then what we do is we delete everything else. All we want to keep is just the setup file. Now we come to the Office customization tool, the genuine Microsoft site where you customize your install. I will leave the link to the site in the description. Now we get started to creating our XML file for the files that we want to only install. So first of all, the architecture. We select what system we want to be using, 32-bit or 64-bit. Most computers are 64 bit nowadays. We now select the Office suites. Well, as you can see, currently these are the ones that are available to be done. Office LTSC, LTSC SPLA. I don't know what they are, so what I did is I looked them up, and I'll leave the information that I found in the description. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select Office Professional Plus 2019 with the volume license key. So we select the product. Now if you want to install Viso, Project and additional products, all you use is the arrow key. Either none, you can add the various different volumes and the volume of different licenses, just like with the projects. And additional things there's like language packs, 365 access runtime, Skype for business if you want to add those. This is all I'm going to do for now. Update channel. With this one, it's preset to the information. So there's nothing you need to do. In here there are different versions, but if you just say latest, it'll get the latest version. Next we move on to apps. So we turn the features on and off of the apps we do not want to install. So I don't use Access, I don't want OneDrive, I don't want Outlook, I don't want Publisher, I want Excel, I don't want OneNote, I want PowerPoint and Word. Word, PowerPoint, Excel are the only ones I want. You can either click next or you can just move to the next item down the list. So language, where you select your language that you want the install to be. I'm just going to select English United States. You can click here to add additional languages and then click back into the box if you want to come back out. And other proving tools. So the proving tools in the specific language as well. So you can click back out Click on Next for installation. The Office Content Delivery Network, CDN. Leave this just as it is. Unless you're going to be doing it locally and getting the files from there, there's no need to change this whatsoever. Show the installation to the user, so it's going to show you the path. You can say to shut down the program afterwards if you so wish to. Click on it. Next. Upgrade options. Uninstall any MSI version of Office, including Viso and projects. So with this turned on, if you have any other version of Microsoft Office on your system, or these are standalone projects or files, it will uninstall it if you have this turned on. Turning it off will not allow it to uninstall. On that, if you want to read more information about this, you can click under the information here. Likewise with the same language. So nothing is going to be changed in this one. If I have it on in my system, it's going to be removed. License activation. You can automatically accept the end user's license. So read the end user's license, and yes, it's automatically going to do it, so you don't have to click it. Product key. Office Professional Plus 2019 volume license key, so KMS. It's generated a random license key for us to be used. This won't always work once you do the install. You may have to go and get a proper license key from Microsoft, or if you're that way inclined, use the various tools that are out there on the internet to circumvent the licensing information. But I'm not going to show you how to do that, and yes, I do know where to go to, and I know where to get the tools from. If you click on the MAK, this is if you have a 25 character license key, then you type in the product here. So if you don't have it, just use the KMS, and we move from here a product activation. Ignore this section unless you understand what you're doing with doing shared computers and device-based licensing. So there's no need to change anything within this section. In this section here, you can actually type in your company name and then the description about what this is all about in the XML file. So there's nothing you need to actually do within this section. Application preferences. This is where you can do the various other settings, like hide the learn more about SharePoint hyperlink, SharePoint product name, and so on and so forth. There's various different selections you can go and literally just click on the actual information, and then it tells you the information on the right hand side about what it is. So show screen tips, and then if you want to change it, not configure, show, don't use show this feature, don't show the screenshots, you can customize it to as much as there. I'm doing nothing with this. There's so much you can go through to get it all done. Is going through all of these products and doing the various customization. So the next thing we want to do is you want to look over to the right hand side. This is what the file is going to be created. So if you review down this one, you'll be able to see exactly what you've done. You can actually click on the X to remove that item, or go back into your left hand side and customize it again and make any changes. If you're happy with what you've done, we can click on the export here or export here. We'll click on export. Keep the current settings is what you want to be setting. Selecting and click OK. We then have to accept the end user license. You can give it a different name, but I'm just going to leave it as configuration and click on export. A few seconds to download, and then we'll move our file into our Office 2019 folder. So we've copied our file, our XML file, into the setup. So if we look on here, we can see the information right here of exactly what we've done, and this is the license key that it generated. Now we have to use the command prompt and run it as administrator. There's two ways we can get to the command prompt. We can either press and hold the Windows key and then press X and we get the pop-up menu, or you can right click on your start menu and you'll get this same menu, Command Prompt Administrator. Now if these do not show Command Prompt and they show PowerShell, then what you need to do is you have to right click on your taskbar and go to Taskbar Settings. Under Taskbar Settings, it's as simple as unchecking this box here, which is replace the command prompt with Windows PowerShell. So with it on, it's PowerShell. With it off, it's command prompt. So now select command prompt, run as administrator, and we need to type the following: CD, which means change directory, and then we have to tell it where we want to change it to. So we called it C drive : /office 2019, and then we click enter. So now we've been moved into the Office 2019 folder, which is this folder here. Now we type setup.exe, which is this file, space / download config. So download configuration.xml, which is this file. So what this command is telling is to run this program, read this information, and download the files that it says within this information. And then we hit enter to start the download. The download is taking place, and then what's going to happen is inside this folder, as you can see, Office has just popped up, and inside that there'll be data information. Once in this window we get the word C Office again, that means all the files have been downloaded. So all we have to do now is just sit and wait, depending on how much data you put inside the information to how many files gets downloaded, and your internet speed to how long it will actually take. As you can see, the download is now completed. We've got the word C Office 2019. And now when we look into the folder, here's all the files that have been set up, ready for the setup. Now we have to use the command prompt to install Office. We have to type setup.exe space / space, and then we hit enter. Here you can see Word, Excel and PowerPoint, only the options that I selected. Once installation is completed, we follow all the on-screen prompts that it presents us. Once the installation is completed, you'll get a pop-up in the right hand corner, and it will go back to the C Office 2019 folder now that it all is installed. You can simply type exit and press enter to exit out the command prompt, or just press the X in the top corner to close the command prompt. I'm Grumpy No Friends. If you found this helpful, please check out my channel, GNF Geek Stuff, and consider liking and subscribing.